area, or do I need to log out of
Yeah,
that
since
and log
you're
in?
logged in, yeah, feel free to jump right to step number 2.
Thank you.
So the
Um,
mindset you're coming in here is you're a marketing consultant, and you want to create a deep dive survey so you can get more data about your list, and so you can leverage it in building a funnel. So now you're creating deep dive survey in the software before you send it out to your list. That's the mindset you're coming in with.
okay.
Can you please briefly describe all the elements you see on the page?
Add questions and answers.
Okay.
What you
Can you
mean?
scroll down a little bit? Like, yeah, scroll around, just let me know if it all makes sense to you, if there's something confusing, something, doesn't make much sense to you.
No, when I've done my first set of questions, and when I did that, I didn't come across any problems with
Oh, so
this
so you,
initial
you
stage.
you already created a deep dive survey?
Yeah, I've created the beginning stages of it. Do you want to see it
Yeah.
or not? Yeah.
I
So
thought you haven't.
I create.
Okay. Oh, you already did. All
Well,
right. Perfect.
in preparation for this, I created my first. Okay, so this one, my first deep dive survey questions, and this is how far I got. And then I posted the questions in the Facebook group to get feedback on the wording. So this is the way I set it up. I haven't. I followed the instructions video,
I see. Was
and
it, how was it easy to find the instruction video? Like, did how did you know? Like, was it easy to find the instruction video, watch it, and then implement?
yes, yeah. It
Okay.
was. It wasn't. Once I'd found it, it wasn't too hard to find. It wasn't that. It wasn't blindingly obvious, but
Mm,
once I found it, it was okay. And then going on to the next stage, so the questions and then settings. This I found it a little bit harder to find to realise there was an instructions video for this as well.
I see what you
So
mean.
in the, and then when I got to use it, I knew to look for an instructions
I
video.
see. Okay, so feel free to carry on with your tasks. This is good. Even if you've already created the questions, I just want to see you, going through the software, so it might be easy for you to complete the tasks. Feel free to go back to the task list and go through the demo survey again.
That would be your preference, is that
I'm sorry.
rather that would that be your preference doing
Yes,
the demo
please.
rather
Yeah,
than
yeah.
okay.
Yes, please.
Okay, demo. Right, so the questions. Okay, so it's a required question. I'm ticking that's easy. So, what is your gender? So, we want that to be a multiple choice question. Question 1, the goal is to find out what is their gender. Okay, so I need to reset that as a multiple choice question. So I didn't want to interpret.
And feel free to speak out loud what you're thinking. I'm very interested in, how you're thinking about it, how you're feeling about the interface. So please feel free to speak out loud.
Well, I'm a little bit stumped that you've given me these questions, to be honest, because the first question in the survey is an open question, and now you've asked me to change it to a multiple choice question. So would I remove that and then put a multiple choice, put my own question in there?
Feel free to do whatever you would do if you were on your own. Remove it, hide it, keep it, change it, like do whatever you would do if you were on your own. What seems intuitive to you?
Okay, so I'll just hide all the ones that are already there, and I've created the gender question that is the first one.
I'm sorry, Nikki, why did you decide to hide them? Just I want to understand your thinking process here.
Because they were clouding my thinking, and they didn't seem relevant to the task you've given me right now.
Okay, and by hiding them, how do you think that will affect the questions when someone lands on your survey? Are they going? Do you think by hiding them they're still going to see the questions, or is it going to hide them from the survey itself as well?
I would assume that if I wanted them hidden from not to appear on the survey, I would need to remove them.
Okay. So you did hide them just because they're cluttering the interface for you. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
So I've labelled the question you've asked me to do. The keyword is gender, so I know to come back to it. What best describes you, male, female, and I did the checkbox multiple choice, and I'm going to save that and then go on to the next question.
Great.
So the goal is to find out what advertising channels they use. I'm going to copy and paste this. It is a required question. Go back and add a new element. So it's multiple choice, so I'll add that. So the keyword for this will be advertising. It's the checkbox is ticked because it's a required question. I pasted my question in there, and my answers are based on. I'm instinctively tabbing along, which is a bit irritating because it doesn't tab down to the next question, and that's just a small words. And then add another question, which is Bing. I'll just double check okay, required question. Okay, so question 2 is now complete, so I'll go back and save that. I would also go back and find the break. Where was that? I think the break was there. Show. Yeah, section break. And I would move that back between the two questions, assuming that was the way I wanted it to look. So again, I don't. Okay, so the section break went down below. It's a little bit annoying actually trying to get the section break positioned correctly, because sometimes it doesn't. The break doesn't automatically open wide enough, quickly enough for me.
It's okay.
Okay, so question 3, the biggest problems. So this is a required question. I'll copy and paste it, and this is basically the first question that's already in here. So I'm going to copy and paste that question in there. What's your single biggest marketing challenge? Please go beyond traffic or conversion and be as detailed as possible. Okay, so that's how I want the question to appear, but I want to move that down so it's the third question on the list. And it's not gone all the way down. So I'm just going to save that just in case for some bizarre reason I lose it, and try and reposition it again. There we go, and the repositioning has gone in, and then I would want to add a section break. So I'll find the section break on the add new element and add that in, and then go to my next question, which is collect name and email, which I can do by dragging as we've done. So last question, always get their phone number. Okay, we already have this option. I think it's the same wording as well, so we already have those two final elements that we want in here. So I'll go back to where we have the name and email and move that, reposition that. Okay, and then find the phone question that we already have, which I think is the last one. No, it's not that one. So I'll remove that because I now know that the difficult question is not one that we're interested in. Let's show the phone question and reposition it to the bottom, which is right at the bottom there, and then go ahead and save it. Lovely, and so that should be the first. Make sure the survey is broken down to separate pages and that each survey question is on a separate page instead of having all the questions on one page. I'll just go back and just double check we've got name and email. Do we need a for the name and email, do we need a section break underneath that to put that on a different page? Listen.
So you want every question to be on a separate page? Every question?
Yes. Yeah. So with the name and email being a question in itself, I'm assuming the blue lines that says name and email, that does what I need it to do without me having to do anything extra for it.
Okay. Do whatever you would do if you were on your own. You want every question to come up on a separate page. So I'm interested to see how you would go about it without me guiding you.
Oh, okay. All right. So I'm going to add a section break under the name and email just to be sure that that will be on a separate page, and save it again. And then I think that's how I would do it. Listen.
Okay. Perfect. Carry on to the next task.
Next task. Add the following copy to on the survey page. That one's done. Let's go from what I can enable progress bar, redirect visitors on the let's go headline. Take okay, cool. Take this survey to uncover biggest. Okay, copy and paste all of this. see if this is where we need it. Okay, now, because I watched the instructions, so I think we want to enable a new feature. I'm going to show the progress bar for more pages because I like that element. So here's the copy, headline, paste that in there, delete, oh, delete it from here, and delete that. Okay. My experience with the salesman past, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I think we have the headline and body. Let's update that. And while that's updating, I'm going to double check that I have everything I need there. And let's go back. Options are saved. Continue. Right, so we've updated the headline and body. We've got the progress bar, and now what's the next stage? We've done that. Enable progress. Okay, we've done that. Redirect visitors to the following landing page. Let's copy that landing page and put that in the thank you page. No?
So maybe I wasn't, I didn't, okay, so it's redirect visitors to that specific thank you landing page, right? So it's a thank you landing page. We wanna redirect them to a thank you landing page on our website.
Mm-hmm.
That's the task.
Okay. So not check response. No, not sure about that. Redirect to URL. Okay, so we go there and update. After they take, do you want to redirect servers after they take the survey? I would assume yes. Let me just double check what the instructions are. Redirect visitors to the following thank you landing page. That's how many seconds before redirect, and that's 5. I think that's what they put in there. From my memory of the
You're almost
training,
there.
so I've updated that. It's 5 seconds before redirecting. Okay. And once it's scored, enable scoring, yes. In the phone column, and those 2 columns are the ones. Let's just double check the instructions. Enable scoring for that and phone question. I would assume it's the thing to do. And I'll just double check I've done everything. Phone question, find the survey link and open it up on a new page and open a new page.
Yeah, I'll take that out. It's redundancy. Okay. Right on a new page.
Find the survey link and open a new page. Use it. So copy that and paste that there. Take the survey to uncover blah blah blah. Marvelous. And then, so I found the. So do you want me to take it?
Yeah, please. Yeah. Put in your answer. See if it comes up as you've set it up.
Okay. Next question. Which the following advertising? You may choose more than one. Let's do a couple. Challenge.
If you remember, the goal was to have every question on a separate page.
Ah, okay, yeah. So
Right.
that didn't, yeah. So that didn't come on a separate page. So let's go back to the questions. Gender, section break, advertising, section break. Aha. So let's find another section break, which is what's already. Take it up there. Come on. And slot it in there. Cool, and then save it and double check I've got section breaks in all the other places I want them. Save that, and then let's close that feedback and go back to get the fresh link now. Fresh link's been saved. Use it. Okay. And take the survey. 1 of 5 questions. Next question. A couple of those, and we have just one question on page now. Blah blah blah. Let's see.
Great job.
Save my answers. Save my answers. Next question.
So what's the difference between save my answers and next question, do you think? Does it make sense to you?
No, it doesn't. It's I would assume my answers would not need saving, and the next question would automatically save them.
Okay.
Because what would I need to save? Would I need to save my answers for my own use?
Right.
How would that be relevant?
Okay. Carry on. Please carry on. No, you're right.
Because I've pressed next question without saving my answers, I didn't get another question. Is that an error in the way I've set it up?
Let's go back to the survey. No, to the survey setup backend. Yeah.
Okay.
So after the SMIQ, what's up? What's there?
After the
SMIQ, advertising,
okay, then I've got
SMIQ. Okay, go down. All right, there's the name and email. So I'd say try removing it and then adding another name and email.
Okay. Remove that. And the name and email, I'm assuming it's down here, yeah. Add a new element. Let's put that up between those two section breaks there. And then go ahead and save that. And then I need to get the link.
Yeah, I'd say just refresh the survey instead of opening up a new one. Yeah.
Refresh. Okay, refresh this. Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. Okay. Next question. It's one of those. Next question. Next question.
Okay, it's not coming up. Carry on. It's probably a bug. I'll
Shall I go back and save my answer and see what the difference is?
yeah, just yeah.
When I get a blank. Oh no, it's just all waiting
It
for
will
it to load.
redirect you to the thank you page. Yeah.
Okay.
No. Shouldn't. Just go back. Yeah. Go back twice. Okay. Next.
Next question.
Next.
And then, sorry.
It's okay.
And then next question.
Next.
And then next question.
Next.
And then, should I just go next question?
Yeah.
Option 4. Phone number. Save my answers.
Okay, it's definitely confusing. All right, save my answers. It doesn't belong there really. Okay, save my answers. Doesn't belong there. Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nikki. This was super valuable. Now, I want to ask you this. How would you rate your, I want you to be brutally honest. Nothing, I won't take anything personal, so feel free to be brutally honest. Because you're helping us here improve on the survey, so whatever you say, I'm not going to take it personal. So how would you rate your overall experience on a scale of 10?
Of using the survey software?
Mm-hmm.
Or of this call
Your
today?
session right now, like going through the process and try to, implement a survey. How would you rate your experience?
Okay, I'd rate it as a 9. It was very useful, thank you.
9? No, don't like forget about being on the call. Like if you were just going on your own through the survey, so the process you would rate it 9 over 10.
Well, yes, the two things that one with the setup of the meeting, it wasn't clear how I would be connected, how I would be contacted, and
Okay.
I wasn't sure if it was over Skype. I assumed it would be by my mobile because I knew that I'd given my mobile number.
I see.
So it was a surprise to get a Facebook message, which I wasn't. I was sitting here by my phone, not looking at Facebook messages.
Okay, my
So
bad. Yeah, excuse me for the confusion.
Well, it's in the Make Appointment software, it doesn't. There's no explanation. So I would have been happier to have clarity on. I'll send you a link on blah blah blah. So just detailing the process. And the second thing is that I was a little disappointed that we weren't using my questions, because I assumed that the call was going to be more about me than
yes.
about
So
the
here's the
software.
thing. We're going to schedule another session where the call is all about you, right? So the goal from this session was to see you going through the software. Then we're going to dedicate another session just to help you with your survey, right?
Well, that's fantastic. They're both fantastic, and I mean today was really useful. And if it had been in the setup, this is how the call's going to work, and this is what the call's going to be about, then I wouldn't have had that disappointment when we first got on the line.
Okay, my bad. I'll make sure to include that. Thank you for. I'll take a note of that. Now, Nikki, what was the worst part of your experience? Like, as it relates to going through the survey and implementing and adding your questions and settings and whatnot. What was the worst part of the experience?
I think the only worst part was that I felt under pressure to get it right and to understand what was required of me in the Google documents.
Okay, but there wasn't anything specific like that.
No,
You didn't like going through the survey, actual survey?
No, the software was great. It was very useful going through it.
So if I ask you, what was the best part then? If there is no negative, so what was the best part of going through the software? What did you like most about it?
The completion, the going through, getting all the questions we wanted done, and then checking that they worked, and going back and resolving issues and getting a complete survey ready to go.
And in terms of, adding questions, is there something you particularly liked about it, like the interface, ease of use? Is there something specific about the software that you liked?
I like the simplicity of it. Yeah, and once I got in the swing of it, it was very easy to use.
When you say simplicity, can you expand more on this? Like, what do you mean exactly by simplicity?
I mean that there's add a new element. There's
Mm,
1, 2, 3, 4. There's certain ones you can do. It's very focused. You
mm,
can't get lost in. It's very
Interesting.
straightforward.
Okay, this is great. All right, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to send you another link where you can book a session where it's going to be just me and you, giving you feedback on your own deep dive survey. All right, and we can discuss anything that you'd like on that session. Will that work for you?
That's wonderful, Yasin. Thank
Awesome.
you.
All right, great. Well, hey, I want to thank you so much for this, and I'm looking forward to our call together.
Fantastic. Me too.
Okay,
Thank you
and by
very
the way,
much.
let me tell you from now. So it's going to be on GoToMeeting, and I'll send you a link. Okay.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect. Thank you very much.
All right. I'll talk to you
All
soon.
right.
Thank you, Nikki. Have a great day.
Cheers.
Bye bye.
And you. Bye.